Good morning, ladies and gentlemen in Grand Colony in Nigeria. Your own elder statesperson, Reverend Dr. Bartholomew Agbochenu, is on your way this morning, the 19th of December 2022. How are you all doing today? A very quick one. I'm coming your way this morning with a 2-point agenda. Agenda number 1, concerning the V-note involving my principal, Apostle Professor Theophilus O. Ebonyi, and some 2 people whom I suspect to be Ustad the Wood and the German machine. The voices that I heard in that conversation resemble their voices. It may not be true. Please don't say that I am attacking you. No, if it is not your voice, it's okay. Discard it. From that V-note, Apostle Professor Theophilus O. Ebonyi, you have caused my head to bow. My head that has been standing tall for you, you have caused it to bow. And you yourself, you should be sober about it. Don't drag about it. You have brought us that are your supporters to shame. You have messed up the Christian faith. The way you are rated, for you to mention the name of an imam or a juju man to come and help you, instead of setting your eyes completely on God, you have messed me up. You have messed the body of Christ up, and you have messed yourself up, and by extension, you have messed your ministry up. We are not proud of you by way of that conversation. If it were me, before I minister any further in my church, in that your church, before you minister any further, when you hold a service, you lie down flat on your altar and ask your followers to come and help you cry unto God for forgiveness before you go on ministering. Otherwise, anybody who continues to come to that your church to fellowship with you is coming there because of the money you have promised him or her to give. They are not sincere with you. I have fellowshiped with you in that your church a number of times, and many often times than none, you come displaying the power of the Holy Spirit, prophesying. Apostle Theophilus O. Ebonyi, all those prophecies you were giving, were they real? Were they real, or they were stage managed? If they were real, then how come? How come? You know, the Bible that you use tells us dream comes as a result of multitude of business. What you do over and over again, that is what you do by mistake. Apostle Theophilus O. Ebonyi, I am not proud of you. This is Reverend Dr. Bartholomew Agbochenu talking to you. Everybody knows that I am your die-hard follower. But what I come out this morning to say, I am not a blind follower. If I am a follower, I won't see the truth and close my eyes at it. And the Bible again that you use tells us, open rebuke is better than secret love. That is why I am giving you this open rebuke. And I have the right to do that because I senior you both in age and in ministry. You have rubbished your ministry. That is the truth. We can't struggle about it. That is the truth. The way I am talking does not mean that I am an angel. It does not mean that I don't have an area that I am weak. I have my own area of weakness. So many people that are sharing this post everywhere, they have their own area of weaknesses. Some may even be worse than you. But the one that comes out is the one that people know. Anything that makes manifest is light. Anything that makes manifest is light. The way I am talking, in my language they say, do you know the meaning? If your buttock does not scratch you secretly, you will not scratch it secretly. Apostle Theophilus Ebonyi, the whole country is in ado because of you. I am very sad. Tears are gushing down my cheeks as I am talking. If it's a mistake, what kind of mistake? This mistake is too costly. And remember, whether this conversation is new or old, I don't bother. Even if it is old, I think it cannot be older than 6 months. It cannot. And 6 months ago, you were already rated as a star. Everybody viewed you as a man of God, as a dogged man of God. You were respected everywhere. Awards were flowing everywhere. For a teen like this to be looked at as a mistake is very, very far-fetched. Apostle Theophilus Ebonyi, you have put us to shame. Our heads are down. You know me, this Reverend Dr. Bartholomew Agbochenu. Anywhere anything is wrong, I must mention it. Although several people use to misunderstand me, the way I had been following you doggedly, they felt that if I see anything wrong, I won't mention it. That is a wrong perception about me. Reverend Dr. Bartholomew Agbochenu, if I see anything wrong, I must mention it. And Apostle Professor Theophilus Ebonyi, this is one of such. You don't have any option because the exhibits are very clear. The exhibits are very clear. Where will you go from here? Where will you go from here? You need nothing other than an unreserved apology. First, to the members of your church. Second, to the whole Grand Colony, because we have rated you beyond measure. And then lastly, you need to tender an unreserved apology to me. Yes, of course. That is how it is done. Because I have shaped you too much. I started with you for the past about 2 years back that I started defending you. Stones and several other things. What did I not say about you? When people came to denigrate you, when people come to say rubbish about you, I came up and I defended you with the idea and the understanding and the perception that you are an angel. Although nobody can be an angel, but in your position, be known. It should not be hard at all. For once, Paul was admonition the church in Corinthians. They say, let fornication not be once named among you. This kind of plunder is fornication-like. Let it not be named once, not to talk of twice. Let it not be named once among you. Since the evidence has been tendered that it has been mentioned once, Apostle Professor Theophilus, you don't have any other option than to tender an unreserved apology and win back the confidence of your followers. Apostle Professor Theophilus you would remember, this thing came as a result of you not taking instruction. You shut yourself up to the high heavens and place yourself in a position that nobody can advise you. I have just been ignoring a lot of things. I have been ignoring a lot of things. I gave you warnings a number of times how you are supposed to conduct yourself when people come to you. Apostle Professor Theophilus you can bear me witness to that. But you ignored what I was telling you. You know, I don't force people. The advice I give, they are given to me by God. As I give advice, somebody can also give me advice. When anybody gives you a very good advice and you reject the advice, you are doing yourself. Apostle Professor Theophilus that is the kind of thing you have done to yourself. If you had listened to me, you wouldn't have fallen prey cheapishly into the hands of these mischief makers. I told you that anybody that comes to you, let your words be very few. They are not few. Just like you mentioned in that conversation. You say what we were going to tell them. You have not told those who are close to you. Kai, that is not good at all. Opening up your heart to those you don't know. And those that you know, you push them away. That is not a wise way of behavior. It is not wise. You will be shooting yourself on the foot. And that was what you did. Apostle Theophilus in my language they say, Abumagwimo abiaiki afeta. Being interpreted is the nose of this dog. How will they wash it and it will be clean? Can you wash the nose of a dog and it will be clean? The more you wash it, the more the dog makes it to look dirty. Apostle Theophilus, Ebonyi, this is a heavy duty. This is a heavy duty. You have given assignments to a lot of people who are following you on this grand saga. Our heads are down. And I know if your conscience is in place, your head also should be down. Because there is nothing you can do against the truth, but for the truth. When the truth comes out, acknowledge it like that. And do the needful. And do the needful. Now, the sudden arrangement in your office now is that anybody who is coming there should drop phone outside. Yes? If somebody is coming to your office and he drops phone outside, what if that person miss you at the gate? You will open up again and you'll begin to talk. As a public figure, let your words be few. And even if they are not few, you have to be intelligent about what you say. About what you say. You talk too much. You are my son. I have to tell you the truth. Open rebuke is better than secret love. The kind of words you speak in secret, carelessly with people, if that is how you come up to the airspace to be talking every time, it would be better. I am the person coming out to defend you, to talk to the people every time, but you are there at the back doing things that are ignoble. You talked about me the other time. I glossed over it because the fowl said, let us push back the old things and eat the new things. Are you my ability back my editor? And that was why I didn't say anything about it. It was not that I was afraid of you. Apostle Professor Theophilus Ebonyi. So many people knew that you betrayed me. From you talking unguardedly. It is wrong. Bring yourself down. You are so much up high there. Bring yourself down. This is Reverend Dr. Bartholomew Agbochenu talking to you, the elder statesperson in Grant Colony. I don't spare anybody when that person is wrong. Professor Theophilus Ebonyi, you owe the whole Grant industry apology. The unreserved one. That is what you should do as you listen to this voice note of mine. Don't think otherwise. It's an elderly advice I'm giving you. Don't think otherwise. And what I am doing now is not that I hate you. Of course, when I finish dropping this voice note, I'll be looking for you to meet you wherever we can meet and to fine-tune things. I will meet you. I will not move away from you. I will not run away from you. Those advices I have been giving you and you have been ignoring them, I will keep on giving you the much I can do. But on this saga, don't do any other thing other than apology. You don't have any defense here. The conversation was self-explanatory. That is that point. Point number 2. Apostle Professor Theophilus Ebonyi's sanctity is not what we are looking for. That is what I would like the whole grant industry to understand. You didn't come to the grant industry because Apostle Professor Theophilus Ebonyi is a neat man. That was not what brought you. You didn't come to the grant industry because Apostle Theophilus Ebonyi is a holy man. Now, that was not what brought you. You didn't come to the grant industry because Apostle Theophilus Ebonyi is a sound man. That was not what brought you. What brought you is man. So my stand on this scenario is, even apart from what Apostle Professor Theophilus Ebonyi had said, even if he went and impregnated a lady, and at the end of the day, the money we are looking for comes out for us, we have succeeded. Yes, over the whole social media space, that is the talk of the century. But I would like you people to be too taught. Let us not dissipate so much energy on that. The question before us, Apostle Professor Theophilus Ebonyi, the money that you promised to give us, is it still there? Or what you said had made that money to fly away? If that money has not flown away and it is still there, your relationship with your God is a personal thing that cannot weigh us down, that cannot take the center stage. And again, more importantly, all of us that are commenting about the blunder of Apostle Professor Theophilus Ebonyi, we have our own issues. Even me, that I'm sitting here, that I am talking, that I am giving this V-note, I am not an angel. I have my own pitfalls. It's only that you don't do it. If you knew it, you would talk it out. But one thing that is very, very clear and serious with me, when anybody mentions anything wrong about me, and I see that it is wrong, I don't waste time. I go apologize.